Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this webinar titled Let's Talk Mortgages, your guide to becoming a homeowner, brought to you by Union Bank. My name is Shijola Wahab, and I work with the retail banking group at Union Bank. Real estate is fast becoming the new oil in modern day Nigeria, and it is expected to gain more ground in the years ahead. Housing needs are also on the rise in the country. To become a homeowner or investor in the real estate field, you need tips to guide you. And we have experts here today to give you these tips. I'll briefly introduce our panelists. Grace Offray is the managing director of Lifecard Investment Company. She is a 16-year real estate business veteran. She has founded several nine-figure companies from scratch and educated over 1,000 entrepreneurs. Grace Offray provides access to income-producing investment opportunities to aspiring and existing investors. Our next speaker is Sheson Ogunyoye. He's the head of marketing and communications at Alphamid Real Estate. He's a Fulbright scholar and marketing communications professional with more than 8 years of experience in leading marketing and communication strategies for business-to-business and service brands. Before joining Alphamid, Sheson managed communication and digital marketing for leading real estate consulting firms and brand management for media companies. Our third panelist is Precious Ehigiato, who is a senior sales executive at Brains and Hammers. She's a graduate of accounting and has worked in several capacities in telecommunications and financial sectors of the country. She had over 10 years of experience in these sectors before joining the Brains and Hammers team. They will be answering a few questions on real estate today and also providing us the process of a home purchase. I am sure we are all eager to hear from them today. Now, before we get into the session, let's do a bit of housekeeping. If you have any questions during the session or during the panelist discussion, please click on the Q&A tab and type your questions there. We will have some minutes to respond to the questions later in the session. Now, before our panelists come up, my colleague Adora Odibe from the retail lending team will tell us how Union Bank can fund your dream home. Over to you, Adora.
Thank you, Sidiola. Good afternoon, all. Thank you for coming out to the session. My name is Adora, as she likely said. I'm from retail lending in Union Bank. I'll be speaking today on our retail mortgage loans and what Union Bank has an offer. For us at Union Bank, our customers are very key. Whatever products we relaunch, we must ensure that the customers are at the center of that product. Now, we cannot overemphasize the importance of owning a home. We know the importance of having a home, being the landlord of your own house. It's very key because no one wants to worry about, oh, I've not paid my rent, oh, I don't know where I'll get money to pay my rent. I'm not sure if the landlord is going to increase the house rent now that the price of things have gone up. You know, we worry about all of those things as a tenant. But here we have, Union Bank has got it covered. We have that money, we're going to give you that finance to take care of that, your worries, and you don't have to worry again about having your own property. We got it covered. Now, on our mortgage loans, we're going to be offering mortgage to our customers who have properties or who want to acquire property in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Ibadan, Kano, Enugu, and we're going to collateralize these loans. If you have a property in any of this location, we're going to collateralize it, or we're going to give you cash to purchase those properties. Now, our mortgage loans are usually insured in the case of permanent disability, death, loss of job, or the building itself is also insured against fire and special peril. So we have two variants of our mortgage. It's going to be either the outright purchase or an equity release. Now, for what we have today on our mortgages, it's going to be only on completed building, meaning that the bank will only finance the mortgage loan on only completed residential properties. Like I said, we have two options. We have the outright purchase. Outright purchase means that I already have, I saw a property somewhere in maybe Lekki, and I don't have the money to buy it. I can approach Union Bank. Union Bank is going to finance that the cost of the property, and you'll be able to own your own home. The second scheme is the equity release. Equity release means that I already have a property, I have a registered property in my name, and I need a personal loan from the bank to do one or two things. So the bank would use that property as a collateral to avail you the loan. Now, what is different between the outright purchase and the equity release? The difference between both of them is that on the outright purchase, the bank is going to offer you up to 150 million naira, while on the equity release would offer you 100 million. Now, on an outright purchase, the customer is expected to make some form of equity contribution of 20% on the for sale value of the property. Now, I'll give an example. If the cost of the property is 20 million, the bank expects you to make a 20% contribution, and the bank will pay the rest of the cost of the property. Now, for equity release, you don't need to make any equity contribution. The bank would offer you up to 50% of the cost of the property. Now, this is subject to terms and conditions being met. Now, the features of these two schemes, what is similar between both of them is that the loan is available for up to 15 years. Now, we don't want our customers to be choked, meaning that we don't want to put you under pressure to pay within a short period of time. So the mortgage is spread over a long period of time, and it's easy for you to pay down according to what you earn. Now, like I said, the maximum tenure is 15 years. It doesn't mean that you can't pay within a short period. If you are liquid enough, you can take a mortgage loan for 5 years as it suits the customer. Now, the minimum age to apply for our mortgage loan is 21, while the maximum age is 65. And this is dependent on the retirement age of the customer. So some companies, you probably retire at 65, some at 60. Then the interest rate on offer is 16 to 19%. Now, for you to qualify for this loan again, you have to have a minimum salary of at least 250,000 naira or more. Now, you can add your spouse's salary. So we give an option to add your spouse's salary so that you'll be able to get more loan amounts. Meaning that if my salary is 250,000, I want to acquire a property of maybe 15 million, and I see that, oh, I might not be able to get so much because of what I earned, I could add my spouse's salary to increase the loan amount that will be on offer for me. Now, this is also subject to terms and conditions being met. So this is like a summary of what we have on our two value proposition. So I'll quickly go through what documents you need to provide for us to avail you this mortgage loan. Quickly, before you get this, the pre-approval documents you need a letter of undertaking. When we say letter of undertaking, it means a letter from your company, from your employer, stating that you work with them and that your salary will be domiciled with Union Bank for the period when the loan will be availed to you. We also need your application form. We need pictures of the property. We want to see what the properties look like. We need a receipt of copy of registered title, either a C of O or a deed of assignment or a deed of conveyance. We also need the land survey. For outright purchase, for equity release, we don't need the land survey because we believe that property is existing. Then we need a valuation report, which will be conducted by the bank. We need a 6-month statement. We need your account statement for 6 months, minimum 1 month if you have an account in Union Bank. Then we need an offer for sale from a reputable vendor or an agent. Then we need a search report, which will be conducted by the bank, just to check to be sure that that property has not been encumbered, meaning that the property has not been used for other purposes for loan sake. Then we also need an instruction which we need to debit for the cost of legal search, your equity contribution, cost of perfection, valuation, insurance, management fee. So we need instruction from the customer for that to happen. Then afterwards, once we've done all our search and all the whole documentation, we'll now give the customer an offer letter, which must be executed. We need the customer to execute that offer letter, showing that these are the terms and conditions on offer. I'm fine with that. Then we also need the original C of O, title document of the customer, of the property. Then we need the Form 1C, if it's for Lagos, duly signed by both the purchaser, that's the customer, and the owner of the property. Then we need 6 copies of legal title transfer documents, duly signed by both parties. Then we also need 6 copies of legal mortgage documents. Then also we need the income tax receipts, because we want to be sure that both parties are paying their tax. Then we need an evidence of up-to-date tenement rate payments. This is just for strictly for an outright purchase. Then we also need the response from our broker on the medical underwriting. This is only for when the loan amount in question is 60 million and above, just an added comfort from the insurance company on the buyer. So this is like a summary of our offerings on our Union Bank mortgage loan. And well, it's an opportunity, like I earlier said, it's an opportunity for us to own our own home. And we cannot overemphasize how it's going to be useful to you. And we're excited to have you guys come to take this loan, because I know that investments now in property in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years would yield more dividend for you, more returns on your investments. And we all know what is happening in the market today in terms of investment in fixed deposit treasury bills. The returns on those investments, we see that it's really thinning out. So if you have to take a loan with us, purchase a property, in the future, you will see dividend. In the future, even if you don't want to stay in the home, if you want to rent it out, you get rental income. So please stop by at any of our Union Bank branch, or send us an email on the screen, and then we'll be there to avail you and get your request sorted out immediately. Thank you very much. Over to you, Siju. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the information shared, Adora. Now we will proceed to the panelist discussions. So we'll ask them some questions that we have been told, or we have gotten to know that is of utmost concern to customers or people interested in real estate. And our first question will go to Sheson. You've been in the real estate field for a long time now. You've been into communications, branding, marketing for them. And from what Adora said, she said investment on property yields much, and I believe everyone knows that. But Sheson, do you think there are best times to buy houses? And if yes, what are these seasons? When can people buy buildings or land?
All right. Good morning, everyone. Many congratulations to Union Bank, and I want to thank you for inviting Alpha Me to this platform this morning. I also want to say good morning to all members of the panel. To jump straight into your question, Shijuola, the truth is, they say that the best time to buy real estate is yesterday. The next best time is now. Yeah, there are good seasons and interesting seasons to buy real estate. But before we just even look into that, let's look at it from one perspective. So when people don't invest in real estate, where does the money go? Right? So you'll see that, okay, real estate exists in the midst of, other asset classes such as your treasury bill, the money market, the stock market, and if I'm not on a Union Bank platform, I'll be saying savings. Right. And if you look at those other asset classes, so for example, you find that the treasury bill, at an all-time 0.5%, down over the past, I think around October last year. Effective yield for your money market is somewhere around, 2.7 to 4%, depending on where you are trading and a number of other things like that. We all know what happens to savings accounts and a number of other things, and also the stock market. So interestingly, if you want to also invest in currency, and we can see what has happened to the currency, between last year, even when the CBN came back and they did the direct collection, currency collection from the banks. You see that these are some effects that are affecting different asset classes in the market today. And on top of that is inflation that is currently in the range of 14-point-something%. And finally is the country is in a recession. So if you look at all these things, you can only talk about real estate as one of the most viable, because it is the only asset class that preserves your asset and edges against, the inflation rate. Real estate and inflation works side by side. What happens during inflation? The prices of things goes up, right? So if you have invested in real estate, you find out that, the price or the value of your real estate, is appreciating. I was discussing with a colleague yesterday, and we're just doing some numbers together, and we discovered that one of our estates, which we launched in September last year, between September last year and today, it's appreciated about 39%. I don't know what other asset classes, offer that kind of return, right? So basically, like every other, investment asset class, the best time to buy real estate is when the markets are down, and that is what we currently have. There is inflation out there, there's the recession out there, so there is money moving around. But the question is, where can you put that money? And that kind of time is now. And if you invest in real estate now, you can be sure that over the next 12, 24 months, you are going to see a huge appreciation in real estate. So there is always a good time to buy real estate, but more importantly, the current situation that we find ourselves in the country today, or in the world today, as even the case is, the world is going through an economic crisis, going through a health crisis, is going through financial crisis. This is the best time to buy real estate. So basically, that is what it is. So the best time to buy real estate, as you have asked, is now.
Thank you so much, Sheson, for that insight. And we have Pastor Grace here, and she has over 16 years experience in the real estate field. She has worked with a lot of businesses. She has trained a lot of people in her real estate university. So Pastor Grace, please tell our audience, what should they look out for when hunting for property from your experience over the years?
Okay, thank you so much to Union Bank for this opportunity to be here. I want to say good morning to all the panels, and also say a big congratulations to all the attendees for this epoch-making webinar. I'll just go straight to the answer. I think the first thing you have to look at is to find out exactly what you want from your investment. And I think that when it comes to real estate, your aim should be making a profit. Session said something that real estate is reliable. So in as much as it's very reliable, it's also very volatile. So you need to find out about the company you are buying from. One, if it's an investment company. Most of the real estate companies are investment companies. Why do I say that? As an investment company, it means that everything you are buying, even the company is giving it to you with a mindset that you're an investor. Like I will always say, even if you're buying a house to live in, you must also come in and buy it as an investor. Because what happens if peradventure you want to use it for like assets for loan, the house should have so much value, even more valued than the day you bought it. So that gives you opportunity to be able to use that house to collect good asset and use it as asset to collect good money from Union Bank. So one thing I would first of all want you to do is to find out the vision of the company you're buying from. Make sure that they are investment oriented. Then the second thing I want you to do is to look at the documentation, which is very, very important. Don't be carried away by the big names of the real estate company. Don't be carried away. I've seen a lot of people just say they saw them on billboard and they feel they are reliable. No, don't do that. Make sure you involve a lawyer to do a background check on the property you're buying. And also make sure that it's a location that you can cash in on anytime you want to do that. So location is key. The vision of the company is very important, very important. There's a difference between a sales company and an investment company. So whatever real estate assets you are buying, I would advise that you buy more from an investment company than just buying it off the shelf. Every investment company treats customers as an investor. And I've said the reason why is because even if you're going to live in that house, so I give you a scenario. The house I live in, the day I started living in it, I already had 30% capital appreciation. Why? Because I bought from an investment company. So it means that by the time the bank is coming to value my house on the first day I'm moving into the house, I have made a 30% profit, which we add to my assets. Thank you. Can anybody hear me?
Thank you very, very much, Pastor Grace. Sijola is having some network issues. So if we just give her a minute to get back on the webinar. In the meantime, we can see loads of questions coming in. Please keep your questions coming. We have a Q&A session at the end where we will answer all your questions, but please keep them coming. We can see loads of very interesting questions. We'll be ready for you at the end. And you're also welcome to direct questions at specific speakers, but please keep your questions coming.
Okay, so should I just continue? She comes in.
Yes, Pastor Grace, please feel free to keep going.
Okay, so we just keep the panelists. So we're talking about things you need to look at before you buy real estate investment. Another thing you need to look at, you need to also look at the terms and conditions to your real estate contracts. A lot of times when you buy real estate investments, maybe you are on an off plan, or you are buying a house, and you are buying an off plan house, which gives you opportunity to buy below the market value. Most times off plan houses are a bit cheaper, and when the houses are ready, you can actually make more capital appreciation on your property. I would like to say to you here listening to me, anytime you want to buy an off-plan house, please don't get an open-ended contract. Every money you spend has a cost. My mentor taught me that it doesn't matter that the money was given to you by your father, it has a cost. It means that there's a cost on that money. And anytime you want to spend money, make sure you are looking at the cost on the money. So when you are buying an off-plan property, when it means that this property is back, remember to look at the contract. Don't ever buy a contract that says this house will be ready in 2 years. What happens if it's not ready in 2 years? Get a contract that says if it's not ready in 2 years, you start paying me my rent. We do that in Life Card because we just want to use it to put a check on us as a company. So because we deal with investors, there's always a statement that says, if this house is going to be 2 million naira yearly, if you don't get your house ready in this set time with a little period of grace, we are going to pay you your rent. So I want to give this back. Make sure that when you're buying off-plan properties, make sure that the property is not an open-ended contract. Make sure, it's very important. I think she's back. I hope so.
Yes, I'm back. Thank you so much, Pastor Grace. And thank you, everyone. Had a little bit of network challenge here. Thanks for standing by. We'll continue the discussion now. And we're going to ask Precious this time around. What would you advise the audience to buy? Should they buy already completed buildings, semi-completed buildings, or they should start their own building from scratch and just purchase the land themselves? What would you advise them? Precious, you're on mute, please. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Good afternoon to our panelists. Good afternoon to the audience. And thank you, Union Bank, for this great opportunity that you avail Bracer Hammers to be at this session. Thank you very much. Then I would like to go straight to the question. You asking if the audience should buy a completed home or semi-finished home or start from the scratch. Okay, for first things first, I would like to say that for you to, before you consider buying a home, you need to, first of all, sit down and then count the cost. Like you have to sit down, then make up a list of what you want to have in that home, the type of house that you want, then your preferred location is very important, then the facilities you want to be in, that you want it to be in place. Then after you have considered that, the next thing you need to also consider is your budget. Okay, so what is my budget? What is my budget? What is my financial status? What are my funds? What are my inflows? What are my inflows? What are my responsibilities? Can I be able to meet up with this house I'm about to buy? Okay, then after you have your budget sorted out, then you have your checklist as far as to what and what you want. Do you want a terrace, or is it a semi-detached house you want, or is it a fully detached house? Do you want to live in a gated community, or you just want to go and get a house, just go and get a land and start off? But my own advice is, once you are able to get your location, you have your budget, and then you have that list of what the type of house you want to live in, then I will advise that you can check out for completed building around the location of your choice. Then that will meet with your budget. If you've checked, and for instance, probably, you know, sometimes those that work on the island, for instance, I'm using Lagos as a case study, you know, those that work on the island and you have your house in Ikorodu, you know that the traffic will stress you out. So you might say, okay, now I want to get a house. Maybe I can live around Bagada, because those that live in Bagada, once you are off the Tomeland Bridge, you are home. And then you can only experience a little bit of traffic, or you even want to live on the island, but probably because of your budget might not be able to take it, or you want to live Lekki houses and so on and so forth. So you need to know your location. Then now, when you go to those locations and look for the house, if your budget cannot meet up with the prices of the houses around that your location, you cannot then look for semi-finished houses. So semi-finished houses are those houses that are built to some extent, probably, or like what we offer in Bracer Hammers, we build with everything, like what we offer in Bracer Hammers, everything is done externally. They will not leave you to finish the interiors to your own to your own spec, to your own desire, to your own taste. So if you can get a house, a semi-finished house that is within your budget, and that you know that after buying that house, you have the balance can also help you take care of the finishing, then you can go ahead and buy. Otherwise, you may have to start building from the scratch if you know that these two are out of your budget. The semi-finished and the completed house, then you may have to start from the scratch. And another thing is, starting from the scratch, you may have to buy an off-plan project from an off-plan project. Like Pastor Grace said, that off-plan are usually cheaper, yes, because we've got the project has not started. You are buying before even the project started, so it's usually a little bit cheaper. So you can go for an off-plan project and then just key in, and then, like you said, you need your offer letter to be not to be open-ended, close-ended, telling you that, okay, at this time, so time of the maybe 2 years or 14 months down the line, 16 months down the line, the project will be completed and delivered to you. I think that's my advice. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Precious, for that. We'll be taking more questions later, but before then, We'll have the panelists speak briefly about their companies and the products they have available. I've seen some questions coming around if the buildings are available now, can we buy now? Several questions like that. So we'll have them talk about their companies and what they have in offer for our audience. First, we'll have Sheson Oguyoye of Alpha Mid Group to talk about Alpha Mid offerings.
All right, thank you very much. Just to quite jump into that very quickly. AlphaMid is a group of companies interested in real estate. We say we are a total real estate solutions company. So from the time when you are thinking about real estate to the time when you think of disposing your real estate. So it's a one-stop shop for real estate. Today, I'm speaking on behalf of one of our subsidiaries, which is the AlphaMid Development Company, which is a company that has a vision, an audacious vision of being the biggest provider of quality and affordable housing for middle-income Nigeria. And I emphasize the middle-income part of it because we believe very strongly that middle-income Nigerians, either in Nigeria or in diaspora, are very hardworking people. And there is a very long, standing estimated 17 million housing, deficit in Nigeria. But we believe very strongly that of that, deficit, there is a 4 to 5 million of them that are middle income Nigeria. It is not that they don't have the wherewithal or the finances to buy homes. It is just that they don't have bulk money saved in a particular account. But if you give them the opportunity for flexible payment, for flexible mortgages and so on and so forth, they can own their homes. And that is what we are really designed to do, to help middle-income Nigeria own homes at flexible rate. But we didn't stop at that because we believe very strongly that this middle-income Nigeria value quality a lot. And we know that quality is a word that is thrown out there and everybody say they do quality. So we have gone further for the past 3 years, 5 years running to certify our processes. So to international standard, and I say international standard, I say UK standard. So any house that AlphaMid build or any of our landed property that you buy in, you can be sure that the processes that led to the acquisition and disposal and sale of that property to you is certified. So you are not likely to buy, a home that is going to give you, that's going to stress you from us. Now we talk about EDGE certification. EDGE certification is that we also recognize, we take care. If you look at our tagline, we say we care. So we care about our people and our customers. We care about the planet, the environment, and we care, of course, about business. So this EDGE certification focuses on more how environmental friendly, our estates are, and this EDGE certification is actually done by the International Finance Corporation. So any of our estates that you are living in, you can be sure that at a minimum you are going to save 25% on your energy. So because from biodigester systems, to building our houses in such a way that there is ray of light, so you don't have to consume energy, and to the kind of buildings that we put in place, you can be sure that, and that is why IFC went ahead and certified our project, as environmental friendly projects. We currently have over 100 hectares of land, in our land bank, and we are housing over 100 Nigerians. And our audacious plan is to house 1,000 Nigerians between now and the end of 2022. We want to give them homes. And how are we going to do that? We have some relationship with banks like mortgage banks, like you see with Union Bank, and some of our projects. So I'm going to speak to these two projects and a few others. So this is Lekki Pearl Estate. Lekki Pearl Estate is a 112 unit estate. Interesting thing about this estate, as you see it standing, is actually built with concrete. So it is a cast in situ, construction process. It's not your brick and mortar. So you are very certain that, this kind of house is designed again for middle income Nigeria. So if you look at it from a design perspective, you walk into it, we know that middle income Nigeria travel a lot. So you're going to have things like walk-in closets, you're going to have box rooms that have already been designed. We know they are in their productive years, so we have designed areas into these homes where children can take lessons and you can sit in your sitting room and you can see what is happening to the children. In terms of infrastructure, if you go into this estate, you will never see a cable flying across. Everything is buried underground, because we know that the middle income Nigerians that we are dealing with, they have class, they have taste, they have style. All right, so we don't want to build an estate where you are going to see, DSTV dish outside and everything, and every cable flying. So this is a functional estate. The walls that you see in this estate are 100 mm. So this is an estate that gives you even more space than an average estate on those, style, and it is fully powered. You can see the roof, they are flat roofs, so that you can have solar panels on the roof. So in terms of energy savings, you can use your solar, you can use the biodigester system, which is basically, we tell people once you are in our estate, just, produce more waste and you can use it to generate energy. Let me quickly go to Green Park Homes. Green Park Homes is pretty much, in collaboration with Lagos State Government, Ibile Holdings. And what we do basically with these homes is that we have different house types, from semi-detached to, studio apartment. And we have very good relationship with the Federal Mortgage Bank, where we are helping middle-income Nigeria, either in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, to access up to 15 million naira mortgage at an unbeatable 6%. There is no, pretty much where in Nigeria today you can get a single-digit mortgage. But we have, we have designed a process where the Federal Mortgage Bank and other banks like, FMBN and so on and so forth, trust us to be able to provide, a mortgage to people. And with almost 50,000, with just 50,000 naira monthly over 24 months, you can own one of these estates. So basically, and finally, on any of our projects is something that we call the Guaranteed Rental Income Scheme. What does that mean? So if you are buying our home for investment, one of the things that you will benefit for is that you don't even need to bother about, renting your homes. Just bring it on that product, on that program, and we are going to give you your rent on on an annual basis. We pay you the rent ahead and we put it on that scheme. So that's another value that we offer our customers. So these are the prices basically for the Lekki Pearl that I spoke about. You can get a mortgage to finance each of these. You can talk to Union Bank to get mortgage to finance this, and you can also approach us to get other opportunities for flexible payment that suits your pocket. That is one thing that you will get from us. You get quality buildings, and you can be sure that the flexibility you are going to have is nothing compared to what is available in the market. Even in terms of space, you will find that our designs are more spacious than any other buildings that you are going to see in that class. Why? Because we believe that middle-income Nigeria are in their productive years. They like to work out, they like to do the. So, and we also recognize that, you want to also do the basic things of life. You want to still travel, you want to still pay children's school fees, you want to still, buy good things, you want to still, send your children to good schools and so on and so forth. So we have designed our payment process that in such a way that it doesn't really affect these things. So you can own a home and at the same time still enjoy these things. This is the pricing table for Green Park Estate. But basically, beyond everything that you find here is that with no deposit at all, and we are doing that between now and the end of the month. So if you call us today, you can start your home ownership journey without a single dime. You will just start your monthly contribution. So ignore the deposit that you see there. If you sign up between today and the end of the month, just ignore that deposit. Just start. If you are going to start from a semi-detached or you are going to start from a one-bedroom, you can start with your 50,000 naira. If it's your 250,000 naira, that you want to buy, you can just start contributing. You will not have to pay the deposit if you sign up between now and the end of this month. So basically, these are some of the things that we offer our customers. We believe very strongly that middle-income Nigerians are hardworking people, and one of the things they should be lacking is, they should not be lacking rather, is good homes. And we are committed to giving them quality homes at flexible rates that suit their pockets and that also fits their lifestyle. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you so much, Sheson. We'll move quickly to Precious Ehiyato of Brains and Hammers, please.
Thank you very much for the opportunity once again. And I'd like to speak on behalf of Brains and Hammers Limited. Brains and Hammers Limited, we are into real estate development and property management, and we've been around for over 10 years, over a decade, and we'll provide, what we do is to provide family-friendly gated communities. Family-friendly gated communities. That means that we'll provide you with houses, and it has amenities in it, and like it's a complete community where you can live in, and then you know that you're safe. And over the years, we have built our brand, we've built a name, and we have, as a result of that, we've become the recipient of the Leadership Newspaper Award for Brand of the Year. Brains and Hammers, we also into infrastructure arm that ensures that we have a world-class infrastructure in all our estates. That will provide, and Brains and Hammers are also into horticulture, in the sense that we ensure that the landscaping of your estate is top notch. So I would like you to know that Brains and Hammers, we have delivered well over 4,500 housing units to all our subscribers. It's currently be occupied, and over 6,000 housing units in various locations across the country, currently under construction, and some are at the planning stage. Then, for the purpose of this session, I would like to introduce to you the 180 Hampton Estate that is located around the Ogombo Road. That's Lekki Scheme 2. It's an estate that will comprise of 3-bedroom flats. We have the terraces, 4-bedroom terraces, and then we have the 4-bedroom maisonettes. So it is designed to ensure that when you are in that estate, you don't have any cause for worry. And also, once you key into that estate, it gives you investment. There's great return on investment. So you're going to have adequate, uninterrupted power supply and water supply. We have the kids playing ground. We have the kids playing ground. We have the table tennis court. We have the clubhouse. It's going to have the underground cabling, and all that an estate is what that is due for a reputable estate. And then we also have this estate that is around the beach resort, that we call it Beach Resort Phase 2. The Phase 1 is already sold out. It's around Fort Roundabout Lekki. It's behind the Nikon Town Estate. And that estate we have the 4-bedroom fully detached. We have the 4-bedroom semi-detached. We have the maisonette, and we have the 3-bedroom. As I speak currently, the 3 bedrooms are sold out. The semi-detached are sold out. We only have the terraces and the maisonette left. And this particular project is off plan. That means you have the opportunity to key in now, and then before the project is even completed, you begin to have returns on your investments. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or you have you already have a home, you want to buy more for investment purpose, I want to look into the offers that we have from Brains and Hammers, because it's worth the investment. Like, for instance, the one behind Nikon Town, which is the Beach Resort Estate Phase 2. Well, when we started off with for the maisonette, started off with 45 million, but now currently it is going for 59.9 million. You can see a huge return on investment already. So I would like you to look into these 2 major projects and then key in. You can have the Union Bank mortgage to get the loan, or you can as well if you want to be paying instrumentally. We also have our milestone payment plan that's friendly, that you can actually key in as you get to a particular milestone. As you get to a particular milestone, you pay. You get to another milestone, you pay within the period of 24 months. So within a period of 18 to 24 months, you can actually key into this. You can actually pay up for this house or for these houses. Also, you can also well, if you want to key in now, for me, for instance, I want to key in for the maybe the beach resort phase 1, phase 2, or the like 100 states, can as well have a discount for your investment. We are willing to give you a discount of 10% off if you're going to key in within the next 4 weeks. After the next 4 weeks from today, the discount will reduce to 5%. If you want to key in now, 10%, within now for 4 weeks, you have 10% discount on all our properties. That's the two that I've mentioned to you now. Then if you key in after 4 weeks, you have your discount. You have 5% discount on your property. So I would like you to look at we're going to send the slides through Siju, and she's going to send it across to you. Then if you want to key into our project, kindly contact us, and then that would be it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Precious, for that offer. And finally, we'll take Pastor Grace to tell us about Lifecard Investments Company. I'm sure we're all eager to hear from her after the beautiful panelist session we had. Pastor Grace, over to you.
I just want to be sure that my mic is unmuted. Please, can you confirm? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, ma.
Okay, I want to say thank you again to Union Bank for this opportunity. I'll go straight. First of all, Lifecard Investment Company is more than a real estate company. It's an establishment offering cutting-edge solution. Before I go into talking about products, I want to talk about the importance of knowledge. I have seen over the years a lot of people make terrible mistakes buying real estate investments with little or no knowledge. Real estate investment or real estate, having a home, it's very important. But sometimes when you don't have knowledge and you go into anything, you will end up regretting. That's why I'm very excited about what Union Bank is doing, trying to bring in good people to talk to you on what you need to know before you buy real estate. So I'll come offering education. In trying to solve that problem, we started a Lifecard online real estate investment university where you can learn how to become a real estate investor better, how to own a home better, how to even start up or becoming a real estate developer or a real estate business person. I would like you to finish paying your mortgage very early. So I would encourage that if you are listening to me today, as you are taking any of the opportunities that has been given to you here or outside here, remember that the banks are ready to take their money back anytime your money is ready. So your first value should be, how do I make money from the real estate markets? So we are offering opportunity for you to learn how to also become an investor, become a business or whatever you want to be. Since you are here, that means you are interested in real estate. And if you go to alphawomen.lifecard.com, this is a special website that has been created for people like you through the bank. You will see the fees there and you will get your discounts. Very affordable. Then let's go to the offering. Number one offering is we offer opportunities to you to co-invest. I started my journey in real estate as a co-investor. Sometimes you want to do something, you need some money, or you don't need all the money. What you need to do is to co-invest. If you don't start the journey today, you will never start. I started my real estate journey with 500,000. Today, I handle projects in multiple millions of dollars. If I didn't have opportunity to co-invest, I will never own anything. I don't see anything wrong with 5 people owning a home and begin to use the rent to pay up the mortgage. And at the end of the day, the home becomes your own. You then sell and divide it. I'll stop there. We also offer opportunities for you to buy into our projects and make up to 30% return on investment as rental. In our business model, which has been used with a lot of people have used, that opportunity is there. And if you reach out to us, we'll teach you on how to use that business model. I give an example of what we are offering in Sulere. Sulere is something that can pay for your mortgage. From the day you are taking a mortgage, always think of how to pay. What we then do is that all you have to do is to give the Union Bank whatever deposit you want to give them and leave the rest to us to be able to help you manage this property so you can use the property to pay for the mortgage. Then you can begin to enjoy the property. When you live in a place and you cannot pay, at the end of the day, you will not be excited. So sometimes planning is important. Another thing we are offering is the landed property, land banking. I like what Union Bank said concerning the fact that if you have a property, you can use it to borrow money to do something else. I always tell people I reuse my properties every year to do land banking. So I'm going to give you a free lesson on this before I close out. Take, for instance, the land we sold in the Beachwood Estate last year. We opened that land for sales April during my birthday, and we sold for 5.5 million naira for a 450 square meter. Today, we are offering 12.5 million naira, which is over 100% capital appreciation. If you had collected money from the bank and the bank gave you 15% to pay or 18%, it means that you have used their money to make 100%, and now you have given them back their 15%, and the bank is happy and you are happy. A lot of people say to me, why is your real estate sales lower than other people? Because when you come to my location, I am actually 40% below market value from the day I start offering it. I tell them because I started as an investor. So if I'm selling any property that cannot make an investor happy, I'm not interested. I am not interested in doing a lot of things, but the few that I do must have value. So you can think of that. Maybe peradventure you have properties that you need to give to the bank to collect money. Think of reinvesting it in a profitable real estate investment that can pay you and pay the bank. So, and also we only offer opportunities to people to buy property when the property is still below market value. From the time the property begins to make profit, we stop selling because it doesn't make sense if your property doesn't make money. So most times we'll be offering to Union Bank anytime we have a property that we want to upsell. Everybody will treat like an investor. Whether you are coming today to Lifecard or you came yesterday, to me, you're an investor. So anytime we have an opportunity to launch a product, we will introduce it to Union Bank with a link of the alphawomen.lifecardcompany.com, and you can off-buy and begin to sell from the launching day. Once we put a property out in Alpha Women, know that by the time we are launching in a month, you are just going to be making 30% capital appreciation. I want to say thank you so much for this opportunity. And I also want to say you need to go right now, go and click alpha.lifecardcompany.com. Or if you go to lifecardcompany.com, you will be redirected to Alpha Women website, and there you can claim your L cash. L cash is the monies that Alpha Women we have spoke together, is a discount that is already in your dashboard. We are very different. You can create a dashboard on your real estate investment from today. You have your dashboard, so when you are making payments, you don't need an accountant to tell you how much you have paid. With a sign of the button, you see what you are owing, what you have paid, what Union Bank has paid for you, and how you are going to pay them back. I want to say thank you so much for this opportunity. And don't forget, you can follow us on all our social media handle, or better still, follow me, Grace_Offrey, because with me, you have the solutions you need. Even acquiring real estate from other real estate companies. We are not in competition with any company. We are just here to make sure you don't make mistakes. So even if you are acquiring, in your dashboard, you will see us write request. So what you need to do, become a member of the L Cash, click your dashboard, request, go to that company, bring the property. We will give you free verification. We will check that all of your documents are not open-ended. Then we even give you a discount on their behalf. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Grace. Thank you, everyone, for telling us about your offerings. Now we'll take some questions briefly from the questions that have been sent in from our audience. So we have a question here to the second speaker. I believe this is Precious. You mentioned that your property appreciated by 30%, and you also advised we paid down our mortgage earlier. If I'm paying 16% in rates and making 30% based on what you said, what is the incentive of reducing negatively impacting my cash flow? I think this person wants to know how they still benefit from that property after paying down mortgage at 16% rates and getting a property that appreciates at 30%. Precious.
I can help her to answer that question.
Okay. Hello. Okay. The question, I think it was a session that said their property appreciated with 30%. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Pastor Grace is willing to take it. Please let her take it.
I see her.
Okay, let's just it's just good that we are here. Union Bank is trying to help. When Union Bank, when a property appreciates like that, when you buy an off plan, and if you hear Union Bank well, Union Bank is not willing to give you money to buy an off plan project because they need to have a collateral for the money. So what I would say, my answer would be that when you can use your investment for a collateral to buy an off plan. That's the truth, unless you want somebody, unless that's the truth. What you then do is that Union Bank have said, I can give you money at 15% for a property that you already have. A lot of people already have properties. They don't even know how to begin to make money from that property, even still making rent out of it. So what you then do is give this property to Union Bank. Union Bank will give you money. Then use this money, buy an off-plan project from any company that is reputable and make sure it's not open-ended. That 30%, you can begin to pay back Union Bank 50% and still benefit from the property when you put it up for rent or you are staying. Or better still, you sell the property. So it means like we have Spring Apartments that we constructed at 20 million naira in the heart of Lekki. People will wonder, why is it so cheap? Our profit margin is little or nothing. So there's no need to ask me, don't you make profits? Don't worry about that. So when the property was ready, our investors sold it at 30 million. So if they had collected 20 million from Union Bank, all they will have done is to give Union Bank 15% or 20%, and the remaining balance will be their profit. I think that's the best way I can answer. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Pastor Grace, for that response. The next question is to Adora. How can Nigerians abroad willing to take up the UBN mortgage take advantage of it? Adora, you're on mute, please. We can't hear you.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, thank you, Siju. So I'm saying for customers in diaspora, we are working on something for them. For now, we have not set up anything in place for customers in diaspora, but we're going to do something for customers in diaspora to assess our mortgage loan. So once that is available, we'd also inform our customers on that. But what we have is what we have on offer for our existing customers and also new customers within those locations we mentioned. Thank you.
Thank you, Adora. So another question here is also for you. With 250,000 naira monthly salary, what is the maximum amount one can access from the mortgage?
Okay, thank you, Siju. So with 250,000 naira, what you can access is dependent on how much the value of the property would be. So it depends on how much the value of the property will be, and also dependent on the interest rate that will be applicable to the loan amount and also the tenor. So there are different factors which we'll always have to consider, and then would send that to the customers and advice. So we had shared an email address where you can reach out to us, and we'll be there to help you and break down what that amount would look like, and how long the pay monthly rental payments will be, and how long to be spread for. So please, can you just send us an email and we'll detail everything to you as you have requested. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The next question is about investment for Pastor Grace. Where an investment company fails to provide access road into an estate, what legal options are open to the investor? I think this person bought into an estate and there's no access road there. So the person wants to know if there are legal options available for him or her. Pastor Grace.
Okay, thank you so much. I will answer in two ways. I have another question here that the person has sent to me personally, saying that some estates are overpriced. The truth is, like I said, education is important. For me to know that an estate is overpriced, it's not hard. It's not hard. There are some indications. I can't say all that in this place. When an estate is overpriced, it's obvious that you cannot make money out of it. So let's move to the second question. Depends on the company's mindset or the company's formation, that should be it. So estate can be overpriced because of the company itself. Then what legal? There's no legal, because when you're buying that property, they will tell you when the estate will be developed. It's supposed to be written in the agreement or the contract. That a lot of real estate companies don't do. They don't. Reason is, if they write it there, they know that at least if you have a good lawyer, you might have to take your money back. So I'm also saying that sometimes let them share the agreement with you. I think it's important that when you want to buy a land, you should go and look at it. Don't use what they call it now, graphics design to buy a property. Don't buy graphics. Go to the place. If the place is somewhere you cannot go, you have a lot of logistics company now that I can actually give you. It's sometimes you just need to spend small money, or you work with our Cash, like a verification people that will help you verify and tell you the truth. I'm very sure you were not told there's no access, and there's nothing we can do if it's not in your contract. So if it's not in your contract, you just pray and hope that the access will come. And if it's a land, don't worry. If he has all the title documents, it will just be appreciating. That is, if it's not overpriced. If it's not overpriced, you don't have anything to worry about. The land will continue to appreciate till the access road comes. I pray it's not overpriced. Then if it's just wait, just have to wait, or sell it, or tell the company to sell it and give you back your money. Yeah, so always ask for the contract. Read the contract properly before you make your first deposit.
Okay, thank you so much, Pastor Grace, for that. Another question for Ajora. For the equity release, please clarify, are you giving a loan on the cost of the property, the building alone, or the value of the building and land? For equity release, are you giving loan on the building alone, or both the building and land?
Thank you,
Ajora.
Siju. Yes, thank you, Siju. So for equity release, we are given based on the property itself, on the building. So it's on the building.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And our last question, is there any of the companies present here that has group purchase offers or a group investment opportunities? So if you have one, please share some, Pastor Grace and Precious.
Okay, so I would quickly answer that. I like the phrase group investment. And when I started with co-investment. I said, I do a lot of co-investments even till today. So group investment is the same thing as co-investment. So you see cooperatives come together to buy property. Over the years, we have worked with cooperatives from Mobi to Shell to Chevron, buying together. It's investment. Yes, we have offering for investment. There is a time we offer that kind of investment. So for example, if we have a product that has been sold 10%, or 20%, we do no longer offer it. We only offer products like that when the product is like planning stage and we want bulk buy. And sometimes we don't have 10 naira profit on that product. But what it does for us is that because it is bulk, you buy it in bulk, you give us back the money and we can then use the money to do another business. So we always accommodate people like that. It is our business model. We are very different. Like I said, we are just more than a real estate company. We are solution. So we have that, but when you reach out to us in Lifecard, we will let you know if we have it on ground. Because sometimes when you come, we don't have it. So anytime we have it, when we have that kind of offering, be rest assured that we tell we'll tell Union Bank, and we also tell those that have requested for things like that. If it doesn't make you make money as an investor, I'll say it again. Every seed is important. Any seed that will not produce a harvest is dead from day one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Grace. And our final question is to Sheson of AlphaMed. Please give more clarity on the no deposit options. Will the monthly deposit be increased or the payment time increased?
Okay, so basically what you find on most billboards today is you need an initial deposit of 3 million naira, 2 million naira before you can start your home ownership. So basically what this is saying is that you don't need that bulk money to start. So you can spread your equity contribution over as high as 24 months. So for example, if you are buying a 3-bedroom apartment that is somewhere in the range of 30 million naira, we will help you access 15 million naira from the National Housing Fund. All you need to do is to have an account with the Federal Mortgage Bank where you have funded up to about 6 months. So you have an equity of 15 million naira to balance up for the house. So what we are saying is that you can spread that 15 million naira over 24 months. So you don't have to do, I pay 2 million naira, then I pay 13 million naira over 24 months. No, we are all about flexibility because we understand the way people, money comes in. So money doesn't come in. Sometimes the cash flow is not as linear. So some people just come and say, you know what, I don't have, this equity at this point. We recognize that you can put out whatever you have, then you are going to get a bonus in March, in February, at the middle of the year, or you have a contract that you're expecting fund from where you can put in some money, then it kind of decreases your equity contribution. So we are all about flexibility. We are all about just lowering the entry barrier. So you don't have to have, all the money that you need. So long as you have an employment or, means of income that can demonstrate that you can finance the home, then definitely we can get something for you. And to just speak to the group investment very quickly. Yes, we also have this National Housing Fund program for companies and cooperatives and groups, from IBM to Stanbic Bank to CWD and a number of other, organizations, are people that are currently with, I told you that we're housing over 1,000, middle income Nigeria on our project that we call Project 1,000. So we go into company cooperative, and we help them access this fund. We all know that basically it's pretty much very difficult to access the National Housing Fund today. But in the past 6 months, we processed 90 of that, and we have gotten over 67 of that approved and disbursed. And if you go to the site today, you can go to our website, greenparkestate.com. You will see day-to-day activity of what is happening on the site. So we can access it for you as a group of friends. We can access it for you as a cooperative of an organization. We can access this loan also for you as the cooperative of a company. And finally, if you are into investment of land, we have the Green Park Estate that I was talking about is about 550 hectares of land. So if you want to speculate with land, one of the things I tell people is that we started that place in 2010, early 2019 at 8.5 million naira for 400 square meter. Today, that same place goes for about 17 million naira in time for the same 400 square meter. What has happened is that we have put in such infrastructure in that place that, the appreciation has gone up, within that space of time. So the way we construct, the way we design our product that we designed with the investor in mind. We design with the people we want to reside there in mind. So either you are investing or you want to, live there. I tell you that, we have thought about these things and we have put them in place for you. So we are about flexibility. We are about quality. So quality guaranteed by, the international certification that we bring to the table, which is the ISO 9001-2015, and flexibility such that so long as you have a guaranteed means of income, you can get a home with AlphaMid. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sheson. And that will be the last question we'll take during this session. If your question wasn't addressed or you'd like to ask a question not related to this session, you can contact us via the details displayed on the screen via alpha@unionbankng.com or the UBN Mortgage Help Desk, or you can reach out to us on our social media platforms. And please note that all questions and answers will be forwarded to your email and hosted on the alphawomen.com. So we'd like to say a big thank you to Grace Ofure, Sheson Oguyoye, and Precious Ehigiato for sharing their knowledge with us today. And thank you to everyone for joining us this afternoon. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye, everyone.